Welcome to Vilnius. Hello, dear listeners. Let me guess, you are moving to Vilnius soon, right? Or maybe you are about to decide to move. So, my name is Jana, and in this video, me and my colleague Marta,
hello,
we will try to put all the dots about an I for you, to covering all the topic for a smooth relocation to Vilnius. But first, let me introduce the organizers of the workshops. Those are two, International House Vilnius and Renkuosi Lietuvą organizations. International House Vilnius, I am representative of the project, and International House Vilnius is aimed to soft land all international talents taking the big steps in Vilnius. So International House Vilnius is a problem solver project. Under one roof, we have representatives of different organizations where you can consult on different matters for migration, tax services, social securities, etc. But International House Vilnius is not only about the migration and bureaucracy, but also about integrations. We have in different events, activities, language courses, mentorship programs for you to integrate and soft land in Vilnius. That's what we're doing. But what about you, Marta? What about Renkuosi Lietuvą?
So, as my colleague Jana just has mentioned, my name is Marta, and I'm representing Migration Information Center I Choose Lithuania. And our center provides consultations to the citizens of the Republic of Lithuania who intend to return to Lithuania with their family members, and as well as to the foreign citizens who wish to move and live here in Lithuania.
So let me guess, maybe you already know something about Vilnius, but still we'd like to introduce a couple things. So, first of all, Vilnius is amazing wherever you think. Yes, there is a stereotype that many people don't know where Vilnius is, but come on, it's the biggest city in Baltic states. For your information, more than 65,000 of foreigners living in Vilnius and feeling really good. So, let me maybe elaborate why. So, what else about Vilnius you should know? There are four main things at the beginning. So, Vilnius is comfy, it's next, it's artistic, and it's bold. So comfy stands for comfortable city, for developing infrastructure, for greenery that makes more than 50% of the city. Next stands for innovations, for investments in developing the business, new ideas, creating new concepts. Artistic, it is because lots of artists live in a city. Just consider Užupis Republic, just straight in the heart of Vilnius city. And bold. Bold associate with the brave. So it's about bold decisions, bold ideas, concepts, events. And if you'd like to relocate here, you should just know it's easy. And in this video, we're going to explain you how to relocate smoothly to Vilnius.
Yes, so right now we would like to present you with the most important steps for you to undertake before you come to Vilnius. And some steps for you are to be done even while being here. So first of all, be sure to legalize your stay in Lithuania. Second step for you to undertake is to find a place in Lithuania which you could call a home. Step 3, open a bank account here, then build your career, take care of your medical insurance in Lithuania, register your kids to school or kindergarten, and last but not least, we will just guide you through the process of integration, just so it would run more smoothly to you in Vilnius. And we will begin from the most important step. Step 1 is to legalize your stay in Lithuania. And in our presentation, we will discuss two types of documents, basically, just to confirm your long-term stay in Lithuania. It will be National Visa D, or temporary residence permit, or blue card, which is a type of temporary residence permit as well. But I would like to add here as well that you should check in your home country whether you need to inform relevant institutions of your country about your departure to Lithuania, that you are moving from one country to another. So just for you to be sure, check that. As mentioned previously, we will discuss National Visa D and temporary residence permits. I would like to start from the National Visa D. With National Visa D, you can stay in Lithuania up to 12 months. But of course, in order to apply for you to get this document, you need to have a ground. So basically, it can be whether job in Lithuania, status in Lithuania, and some other grounds. In order for you to apply for this document, you will need to contact the diplomatic representation of the Republic of Lithuania abroad. So it can be either embassy, consulate, or visa center. And waiting period for issuing a National Visa D is usually somewhere around 15 days, but sometimes it can extend up to 45 days. And unlike with the National Visa D, the whole procedure of applying for the temporary residence permit here in Lithuania is different. Because here you are applying not abroad, but here you're applying directly to the branch of the Department of Migration of Lithuania and not to the diplomatic representation. And this one document lasts a little bit longer, so from 1 up to 2 years based on the ground. The same, in order to apply, you need to have a basis for that in Lithuania. So it can be either work, studies, or I don't know, based on family reunification. And here the standard waiting procedure extends because if you're applying on the basic procedure, it lasts somewhere around 4 months, but if you're willing to pay more, you can apply in an urgent procedure and then you can get your TRP in 2 months. And here we do have as well a blue card. Blue card is basically a type of temporary residence permit, but for the highly qualified specialists. And in order for you to apply for this one, so it goes the same as with standard TRP, you are applying to the branch of the Department of Migration. And here you have the possibility to apply online via virtual window. In this case, for the blue card, the documents can be submitted online according to the principle of filing documents via virtual window. So basically this means that your application will be reviewed and later the decision will be adopted after submitting your documents online in the Migri system, in the system of the Department of Migration. This one, TRP, lasts longer than the basic one, so this one lasts for 3 years. And the waiting period is quicker, so depending on the basis and procedure, it lasts from 15 days up to 2 months. But here what's the most important thing for you is how actually to get the blue card in Lithuania, because for you to be able to apply for this one TRP, you need to meet a couple of requirements. So basically there are 2 requirements. First is that you need to have a higher education diploma, or if you don't have a diploma, you need to have at least 5 years of work experience in that field. And here, once again, comes the detail. If you are willing to work as an information technology specialist or a communication technology specialist, the required work experience for you is not 5 years, but only 3 years. So that was like the first condition for you to meet. And the second one is that you need to meet the requirements of a salary. And now we want to elaborate on all the details regarding salary. You can find on our slides how to get that information for you. So on the website of the Department of Migration, you can familiarize yourself with the salary requirements and then apply for the blue card. And we do not have that information in our slide, but it is important to mention as well the permanent residence permit here in Lithuania. You as a foreigner can get a permanent residence permit based on the long-term residence here in Lithuania. That means if you have lived and worked here at least for 5 years. The second basis, just very quickly, for example, if you are moving here from abroad with your spouse, with your family member who is a citizen of the Republic of Lithuania. So basically means that if you were living abroad and you are moving here to live for constant, you can apply for permanent straight away. or people with a Lithuanian heritage, or people who do have the right to reinstate the citizenship of the Republic of Lithuania, who as well are moving from abroad here to Lithuania for a constant living. Have that right. So, as I've stated previously, for these documents, you will need to submit an application online in the Migris system to our Department of Migration, and there is a possibility for you to edit that application online, so you can change all the details. And in that system, you will have the possibility as well to book a visit for you to come in person with the original documents to the branch of the Department of Migration.
However, you do need a place to call a home in Lithuania. And that's at step 2, find a place where you will live. Marta, let's navigate our newcomers on how to rent a flat in Vilnius. And I'll start. First of all, what you should know is how Vilnius looks like. On the slide, you can see the map of Vilnius with namings of all the districts. It may ease you to find a flat. Just for you to check, let's say number 17 is an old town, number 1 is Verkai district, it's the biggest district, one of the cleanest one in Vilnius. Before you start looking for a flat, just familiarize yourself with the districts. But let's go next. What are the steps for you and what's the procedure? First of all, what we recommend you? Yes, look for the new home by using the websites and platforms and Facebook groups. So you can see the list of recommended websites where you can find an accommodation. The list is not estimated, but still those are websites we recommend you to check at first. And also there is a Facebook group where you also can post an advertisement that you're looking for a flat or a roommate. Second, what you should do, make a decision, but be wise and consider different aspects before you have a decision and a contract signed. So what could be the main aspects for you? First of all, check the location, check the traffic, if it's comfortable for you to get to work, for your kid to go to the school or the kindergarten, what is the places for pets around. So just write down the main criteria you consider relevant and follow those. Also, what you should do is know and ask more about utilities cost and any additional hidden payments. Because it could be payments for elevator, it could be payments for plants next to your home. So ask the owner or legal representatives what would be the utilities cost on top apart from the rent. What else? Make sure that you are dealing with a legal representative or the owner of a house, so it's not a scam. And also check accommodation in person. Just go and see if it's okay for you to spend your time in here. What next? You made a decision, so now it's time to sign a contract. What you should know? You should sign the contract only with an owner, with a landlord of the house. What else? This contract should be in language that you understand. So for sure in Lithuanian, but also in another language understandable to both parties. If it's English, please ask to translate, ask your friends to translate to you, use translation services, but you should understand that all you have discussed with the landlord is in a contract. Also, let's say if you're paying a deposit, please make sure that it is mentioned in a contract. It's just for your good. You have a contract, you have a flat, but now it's time to declare a residency. And if you're having a residence permit in Lithuania, you must declare your place of residency. And Marta, let's elaborate how.
Yeah, so as my colleague already has mentioned, when you do have a residence permit here in Lithuania, be sure to declare your place of residence here. And just one detail, that if you have a national visa D, since we have covered that long-term stay document here, with national visa D, you cannot declare your place of residence since you don't have a personal identification code in Lithuania, so only with a temporary residence permit. And basically, there are two ways for you to declare your place of residence here. So first one is that you can declare your place of residence at the Department of Migration. So when you are getting your first TRP here in Lithuania, you can choose that you will declare your place of residence there at the branch of the Department of Migration. So that was the first way. The second way for you is to declare your place of residence in the municipality or in the eldership. In Lithuanian, it's called seniūnija. And declare your place of residence in municipality you can only after retrieving your temporary residence permit. So basically, within 1 month after the receipt of your TRP, you are obliged to declare it. And my colleague Jana has already mentioned all the districts of Vilnius, 21 districts. So eldership is basically administrative division of your neighborhood, and you can check it whether on the website of the Vilnius municipality they have a full map of the districts to which your street belongs, or you can just try and type it in the Google search, basically the name of your street, and it will show you your eldership. If you are renting an apartment here in Vilnius, be sure to have a rental agreement with you when you will be coming to the branch of the Department of Migration or to the seniūnija. If you won't come together with the landlord, or if you don't have an official rent agreement, so basically you can provide a consent, notarized power of attorney from your landlord that he lets you to declare your place of residence there. And when you will come in person, be sure to have with you your identification document and your temporary residence permit with your personal code in Lithuania. Now we'll go to the step 3, which is opening of a bank account here in Lithuania. And in order for you to open a bank account here, you need to prove your ties with Lithuania. So for banks, it can be usually provided with a job contract or study certificate, so any proof that you have a relation in Lithuania here. But here comes the details with the national visa D. If you have a national visa D, some banks may ask you to pay fee up to 200 euros. And if you do have a residence permit, this fee does not apply. So only with national visa D can this be applied. But anyway, we recommend you to contact several banks here in Lithuania and inquire them about possible fees and about possible requirements for the foreigners, how to open a bank account here, and just choose the best one which suits you.
So 3 steps ahead, and now let's move to the next one. Step number 4, build your career in Vilnius. Before I start providing you information how to find a job if you don't have it yet, let me introduce the fast facts about Vilnius and about business ecosystem in here. So first of all, Vilnius is the #1 city for fintech in European Union. Such an achievement, right? It's really huge. So lots of companies operating in this field, but not only. What else? Over 20 different businesses hubs and accelerators, different startups, many of startups, and the climate for startups and business opening is very good in Vilnius. What else? In Vilnius, we also have 2 unicorns. It's a vintage company and a Nord security company. And those who are not familiar with the terminology, unicorns mean really huge companies with the big revenues. So you can check about those more and maybe look for open positions. What else? Vilnius is in the top list of 30 cities to emerging a business, and also in top 5 for working remotely, the best places. So just consider that, working from your comfortable home. So it is possible. Also in Vilnius, there is more than 85% of people who speak in English, mostly for the highly qualified jobs, and many more. You can discover and you can open Vilnius for yourself by checking Vilnius Tech Fusion website. It's a project which represents the main key factors in Vilnius, which are fintech, ICT, it's biotechnology and lasers. Those are more 4 key fields in Vilnius developing really fast, but its list is not estimated. However, if you'd like to learn more about the business ecosystem, startup ecosystems, you are welcome to check the Vilnius Tech Fusion website and also to discover what are the opportunities in Vilnius. If you don't have a job yet and you are looking for one, so let's provide the advices, what to do, where to look for it.
Before your arrival to Lithuania, of course, it is recommended for you to study job offers on the internet. And on those job sites, which are mentioned on the slides, you can not only apply to existing vacancies, but upload your CV and contact the potential employers. And the services of these sites for users, as a rule, are free of charge. So you can see the mentioned websites, and I would like just to emphasize that, for example, if you are a highly qualified specialist, you can look for a job on the website of Work in Lithuania or Innovation Agency, Workis. If you have a LinkedIn profile, it is actually awesome if you will just check for the job offers as well there. There is another possibility for the holders of a temporary residence permit here in Lithuania, the employment service of Lithuania, which is called in Lithuanian Užimtumo tarnyba. And this service, governmental service, helps to find for the unemployed people the job. So basically, if you're unemployed and you have a TRP here in Lithuania, you can register at this service and you will get a consultant which will guide you and navigate you in this whole process of finding a job or finding you the courses which you would like to take. Yeah, and basically you can also see the contacts of the employment service in case you will need it. We have decided to share with you as well some excerpts from the Labor Code of the Republic of Lithuania. Of course, we won't mention all of them, but just some of them which we consider to be one of the most important for you as a foreign citizen coming here to work. Just be sure that you understand the employment contract. The employment contract needs to be submitted in Lithuanian language and in another language which is understandable for you. So the employment contract and labor law norms must be explained to you. The next thing for you to keep in mind that working time may not exceed 40 hours per week. And the duration of your daily working time need to be 8 working hours. If you are doing overtime and you are working extra hours, so then you can work a little more, but not exceed 48 hours per week. And we would like to mention as well some requirements for the termination of the employment contract. So if you are still on your probation period, you may notify the employer 3 business days in advance, and the same goes to the employer, that he may dismiss you by giving you a notice of 3 business days in advance. But if you are already after your probation period, then you may terminate the employment contract on your own initiative without valid reasons. But you will need to notify the employer 20 calendar days in advance. And of course, the dismissal may be earlier and you may terminate your contract earlier than that, but it's up to you and to your employer, up to your personal arrangement with him, but according to the law, it is 20 calendar days in advance. And on the slide, you can see as well information regarding vacation days. So how many vacation days are designed for you by the law. And be sure as well that at least once a year to take a vacation, which will last at least for 10 days. Since you will be working here in Lithuania, it is important for you to familiarize yourself with social security norms and with possible social benefits for you. So people who do work here in Lithuania and pay contributions can apply for social support and social benefits. So since you will be legally residing here and working, you will be insured with all types of social insurance. And since you will be paying contributions for social insurance for a certain period of time, you will acquire the right to the corresponding social insurance benefits. And we would like to share with you as well possibilities of getting social benefits here in Lithuania for you as a foreign citizen who will be working here. First, 3 of them are paid and granted by the Sodra, our state social insurance fund. So sick pay, maternity, paternity, and childcare benefits, unemployment benefits are paid by Sodra. But to get these benefits, to be granted with these benefits, it is important for you to accumulate the required amount of working time. So when it will be decided whether you have the right or not to be granted with these benefits, just be sure that your work record will be kept in mind and will be counted. And the 4th one, the child benefit, so your working period is not relevant in this case, because the child benefit is paid by the municipality, and it is paid even for the foreigners with a temporary residence permit who do work here in Lithuania. But in order to get this benefit, you should contact not the Sodra, as with the previous ones, but the municipality where you have registered your place of residence. In our presentation, we won't cover the state retirement pension, which you will be accumulating from the first day of your work here in Lithuania. Here I would like to discuss the private pension funds, which can be assigned to you. So each year on the 1st of January, people under the age of 40 who do work here in Lithuania and who do have a personal identification number here are included to the additional private pension funds by the Sodra. So it is done automatically by the Sodra. Some people do choose those private pension funds by themselves, but who didn't do that, Sodra does that for them. In order for you to check whether Sodra has done that for you, yeah, they do send a letters informing, but it's better for you anyway to log into your personal Sodra profile, and they do have those messages there. If you have difficulties of signing in, you just basically can go directly to the Sodra branch beforehand registering yourself for the visit and to discuss with them all the possibilities of refusal for you if you don't want to additionally pay those contributions. Because right now in 2022, the contribution which is deducted from your salary is 2.7%, and from the next year it will reach up to 3%. So just keep in mind that, yeah, you are accumulating for the state pension, but this one private pension fund, which is assigned to you automatically, just discuss all the details with Sodra. And our step 5th is your medical insurance here in Lithuania, which is also very, very important. And I would like to start from the abbreviations. From the 2 abbreviations which we'll meet very often here in Lithuania. So first of them is the VLK, is Valstybinė ligonių kasa, is the National Health Insurance Fund. And the second one is PSD, Privalomasis sveikatos draudimas, which is the compulsory health insurance. Right now, we would like to discuss some of the differences between the documents and what kind of health insurance there is possible for you to get in Lithuania. So if you are coming here with a national visa D, and even if you are working here with a national visa D, you won't be insured with the PSD, with a compulsory health insurance, because those contributions your employer won't be paying. So just keep that in mind, and you will not be able to receive funded healthcare services. You will need to be insured by the private insurer. If you are coming here with a temporary residence permit and you will work here, you will have the right to receive state-funded medical services. So basically, if you are working under the job contract, your employer will be paying for you those contributions. Or if you are, for example, self-employed and you have TRP here in Lithuania, you could pay those contributions by yourself every month and you will be insured. And if you are unemployed, if you have worked in Lithuania for at least 6 months, and after that working period you have registered yourself in the employment service, and you have received status of an unemployed person, you will be insured by the state with a compulsory health insurance. And just a quick notice that if you are a foreigner who lives here with a permanent residence permit, you will be insured with a compulsory health insurance from the moment of obtaining a permanent residence permit. So basically, the same rules as for the citizens of Lithuania, not the possibility, but you must to pay every month those contributions. If you are not working, if you are not insured by the state, you will need to pay those contributions every month and you will be insured. But that's the possibility only for the holders of a permanent residence permit. And holders of a temporary residence permit, they need to undertake the economical activity here in Lithuania in order to be insured. So if you are not covered by the compulsory health insurance, as for example for the holders of a national visas D or for the holders of a TRPs who do not work here, then it is recommended for you to purchase a private health insurance. So you could get medical services. And here on the slides we have mentioned some of the medical insurers, but just once again, you can contact each one of them and just to discuss all the details and which one suits you the best. And the second possibility for you is to contact medical facilities and to pay for every visit by yourself. If you do have a temporary residence permit here, you can register yourself in a medical institution. So you do work here, you have a personal identification code, you are insured with a compulsory health insurance, you just can choose Poliklinika, it is called in Lithuanian, which is a state-funded medical facility, and just choose which is near you or in the most convenient place for you located. It is recommended for you to go directly to that institution and keep in mind that you have with yourself your passport, your residence permit here in Lithuania, your place of residence is declared here as well, and there you can just fill the application at that medical facility and you will be able even to choose a general practitioner for yourself, so it could be assigned to you just like that.
So now it's time to think about your children, if you have those. So step number 6, register your kids to school or kindergarten. And if your child is in age from 1 till 6, so then it means that you can register her or him to kindergarten. So what are the other numbers? So in Vilnius there are 125 kindergartens, also 12 kindergarten schools, and also 28 kindergartens with a 0 grades. So before you go into the first grade, there is also a 0 grade in Vilnius. And if you had your child registered in another kindergarten in your home country, but the child is in this age frame, you could still register a child or to kindergarten or to 0 grade. So how to apply? First of all, you don't need to go to some kindergarten and, ask them to have your child on board. But what you need is to apply in a special centralized system, which is provided by municipality. When you can do it? What are the most important dates? In kindergartens, you can actually register your kid in any time of the year, and usually kids start studying in kindergartens from September, but if there are places for your kids to be in kindergarten, it can be earlier. Please also check updated information on municipality website vilnius.lt, which is also relevant for kindergartens and schools, or also you can check the information on the website provided. So let's move on to schools, main numbers for schools. So 170 schools that belongs to city government, different institutions with non-formal education, sports schools, music schools, art schools, also private schools and schools under ministry. There are some differences between those, but first of all, you should decide on location, definitely if it's comfortable for your kid to get to the school. What else you may need to know? So if you'd like to register your kid in school, so there is also a centralized system, and you can also see it on the screen, and apply and edit all the information needed. So for you, there is no need to go to particular school, except if you would like to see it in person. What else is that you can apply and register your kid to the school if you or your kid has a residence permit. So if you have a personal code, then you can apply to the school, and it should be in the same calendar year when the kid is going to start schooling. So one more important thing to mention, that before going to kindergarten or school, your kid should have a medical check. So on the screen you can see the list of hospitals, private and public ones, where you can do the medical check for your kid. For sure the list is not estimated, it's just a couple of recommendations. If you have a wish to have a medical check in a different hospital, then it's also okay, but just to navigate you a bit. And last but not least, really important step number 7 is integrate. So it is a hard question, right? How to integrate, and what does it mean to be integrated? So to be an integral part of a society. What you should do for integration? So first of all, discover. Be a detective, learn about the city, walk around, move around the city, read about its history, etc. And second is network. So make new connections and meet new people, and also learn the language, and do not afraid to practice that. The first discovery that we would like to open to you is that Vilnius is 700 years young. It means that Vilnius is open for all internationals for all those years. By following the legend, while Duke Gediminas was sending the letters inviting all foreigners and all internationals to Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania. So it's your first discovery, but for sure, if you'd like to know more, the recommendation would be to check the website of Go Vilnius. Go Vilnius is a official city development agency. It is also one of the parents for International House Vilnius project. We are part of Go Vilnius. Go Vilnius can help you with understanding where to go, what to see, what are the main points you should not miss in a city, what are the most brightful events in the city, how to relocate here, how to invest to the business, and many more. So recommendation, if you'd like to know more about the city and discover it, open it. So please check the Go Vilnius website. And if you'd like to get more information, tips and tricks from the locals, what to see in the city, and get individual consultation, where to go, what to check, you could also go to the tourism information centers. Those are also part of Go Vilnius company. There are 2 of them, one in the city center and a second in the Vilnius airport. So it might be your first destination in Vilnius. Go and check tourism information center, learn more about the city, check some souvenirs, get some free digital and printed materials, and enjoy the city. What next we have in here? This is a recommendation from our side, is Walkable Vilnius website. On this website, you can check more than 20 routes for different purposes: walk with family, with your pets, with your friends, alone for introverts. You can check different routes around the Vilnius and discover it by following your digital guide. It's for those who really love to walk, because Vilnius fits your feet. It's not such a big city, but still it's a part of UNESCO heritage, especially Old Town. But discover yourself, right? For those who are a bit lazy, okay, I'm kidding, not lazy, but those who'd like to use the public transport. So here is a guide how to move around the city. Public transport, right? There are a couple ways for you to buy a ticket. And first is for sure cash, but it's not that popular, so let's stick with those two we have on the screen. So first is buy Vilniečio kortelė. It means Vilnius card, and you can go and do the shops you can see on the screen, buy a card, refill it, top it up after it finished, and you can buy the card for different times of months, let's say for 3 days, for some weekends, for a week, for 1 month, for 3 months. So, and also apply different discounts depending on your status. Let's say you're a student and you're getting really nice discount for public transport. The second way, also digital one, is to use application. So there are two applications for using public transport. First is M-Ticket and second is Trafi. So you can get those on Google Play or Apple Store, depending on what type of smartphone you're using. And also actually have the same Vilnius card but in your phone. So it is comfortable because you can buy a ticket for one-time use, you can buy a ticket for a day, for a month, and for different period of time for your long-term and short-term stays. You can also ride the city by using scooters, bicycles, motorcycles, and you can see the list of the main companies operating in Vilnius. Again, get it on Google Play or Apple Store, check how to move around the city and discover it. How else can you move around the city? So, except for public transport and some shared vehicles I already presented to you, there's two more. It's a car sharing companies, CTB and Spark. So the principle is that you can use car sharing for a short-term period. It means that what you should do is go to Google Play and App Store, again, repeating the same application, but those are useful. Get a CTB or Spark application, verify your driver license, also attach your credit card to make a payment, and then use the cars for a short period. Let's say you'd like to go in a city from a point A to a point B. It might be, I don't know, 3 kilometer distance. You can do it. You just take in the car. As you can see, there is a map. You just choose the car regarding to your preferences and the price range, and you go around the city, and then you pay a couple of euros and you're done. So it's really easy, no any deposits, and all the driver license from abroad is also okay to submit. And if you see that it's taken really long time, just write to the support, because sometimes it needs some additional manual check. But nevertheless, it can be done in a couple minutes, and it's really easy to use. And if you own your car, and if you decided to bring your car in here, so let's find out what to do then for you.
If you do come to Lithuania with your personal car, just be sure that at some point you will need to register your vehicle here in Lithuania. But please be aware that only residents of Lithuania who have declared their place of residence here can do that procedure. So, in other words, foreign citizens, so basically you, if you are willing to come here, if you want to register your car here, you could do that only after obtaining your residence permit here, after registering your place of residence, and after you will have the personal identification code here. And if your vehicle is registered in a third country, in a non-European economic area country, and you intend to live here for more than 90 days per year, then you must register your vehicle. And regarding driver's license, If your driving license was issued in a third country, so not in a European Union or European Economic Area, you can use your driving license only until you are recognized as a resident of Lithuania. So that means until you have lived here for more than 185 days per year and you have declared your place of residence here. If your driver license was issued in the European Union or other country which belongs to the European Economic Area, so then you just can use it for an unlimited period of time. But, as I've mentioned on the beginning, if your driver license was issued in the third country, you will need to change it when you will become a resident of Lithuania, and to change it, you will need to contact a state enterprise register. When you would like to replace your driver license, which was issued in a third country, so basically you will need to pass the practical exam and the exam of theory of driving tests. And yeah, so just keep in mind that if you are replacing your driver's license or if your driver license was expired not more than 1 year ago, so basically you will just need to pass these theoretical and practical tests and not attend the whole driving courses in the driving school.
And a bit of more of information on top is regarding parking. And on the slide you can see the, let's say, a map with the different zones of parking prices. It's about prices ranges in Vilnius. So the blue one, which is in a city center, is the most expensive one, obviously. And then the red one is a bit cheaper, and green and yellow is cheaper as well. So if you'd like to check the prices or where the parking slots are, you can also check the websites or use an application for M-Parking and Unipark. If you discover a city, you also may discover shopping, buying some things, maybe trying some food. So on the screen what you can see is some logos of the most popular groceries, malls and food deliverers in Vilnius. So just for the visual information for you, and also if you'd like to check the prices, let's say in advance, you are not yet in Lithuania and you are interested in prices for bread, milk, vegetables, etc., you can go to websites of one of those groceries, let's say Rimi, and then check the prices. For the food deliveries, if you'd like to order anything from restaurants, cafe, so use Volt and Bolt Food. And if you'd like to order just some products from groceries, you can also use Barbora and Last Mile. For the malls, then it's up to you which mall to visit. And in malls, there are not only clothing, but also entertainments, movie, different activities, beauty services, etc. So those are just for you small tips what to check. On the screen we do have also a list of recommendations, some shops that you can also check in Vilnius. So for different categories, for electronics, beauty and health, pet products, etc. The list is not estimated, it's just a recommendation for you to see what kind of products you can buy and what the prices are. So moving actually further to the next step, remember at the beginning I just told you that there is two main things for you to integrate. First, discover, and second is network. For the networking, what you may need is a language, right? It can be English language, let's say, but also it could be Lithuanian. So it's not that hard to learn if you have friends and if you have wish. In International House Vilnius, we also have free language courses and you are welcome to join, but please be really quick because those are usually as a hot pies. So check the websites when we have an advertisement or follow us on social media and see when we have the groups open, or you can write to us, I will leave the contact soon, and also register yourself to a waiting list. But if you'd like for sure to have some language school or take another courses, you can also see the information International House Vilnius provides on the website about the language learning. So what else? We have discussed a lot of topics. Most of them are really hard, but we hope that we made it really clear. But if you'd like some additional consulting, you need an assistance and you need some individual help, so do not hesitate to schedule a meeting with the institutions. And on the screen you can see the institutions that are operating in the International House Vilnius, Migration Department, Tax Service, Employment Service. All of them are speaking in English and know all the features for foreign citizens. So do not hesitate to come by to International House Vilnius office and to consult with us. But also you can drop us a message for sure on our email or to the Facebook or call us and ask directly. On this slide with the contacts, you can see how to schedule a meeting with us. When you go to the website, right on the top, you can see the button, schedule a meeting. Then you choose a specific institution you would like to consult with, and also choose some type of question you have. Write your question in advance, it also can be useful, please use it. And schedule a meeting for a specific time and day. Choose your slot. So if you'd like to know more about International House Vilnius, our activities, events, as I mentioned at the beginning, we also have plenty of events offline and online. You can also Google International House Vilnius, check the website, or come by to the office, call us or write us. If you'd like to stay tuned, please also follow us on social media. We are very active and we are always responding to you. And we are open to all the newcomers, and we hope to be useful for you.
If you do have any general questions about your first steps here in Lithuania or about possibilities of healthcare, education, legalization of your stay in Lithuania, you can contact us, Migration Information Center, I Choose Lithuania. Basically, you can reach us by the live chat on our website, by calling us, as you see, to contact telephone numbers, or by writing an email to us. And right now, so at this moment, we are consulting directly people who can register themselves to the appointment to come to us at the International House Vilnius. So every Wednesday by an appointment beforehand.
So thank you for watching. It's really a pleasure that you stayed with us for such a long time, and we hope it was useful for you. And you should also know that if you go down to the description, you can see the links with all the useful information we've left for you. Some additional tips, some additional links, some information for you that can be useful. So please do not hesitate to contact us. If you have any questions, you can just drop a question in the comment section. We will definitely answer to you in any social media you're watching this, or contact us directly and asking your questions. So we hope that we help you to understand that relocation to Vilnius is not that hard. And we hope to see you in Vilnius soon. Atia.
Thank you for staying with us and welcome to Vilnius. Have a nice stay here. Bye-bye.